What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Diction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So the Season 5 update has officially made its way into Global, and I decided to test all of the balance changes for myself to see what has really changed. Because it's one thing to look at the patch notes and kind of make some judgments there, but it's a completely different thing, of course, when you're actually testing these changes. And the one change I did want to actually test was, of course, the Peacekeeper. So if you guys know, the Peacekeeper has been around this game for a pretty long time. The time to kill has always been decent, no matter what meta we've been on. And for a long time, also, the Peacekeeper has been let down by one singular factor, which, of course, is the horizontal recoil. This is something that's been plaguing this gun since it came out. And finally, the devs decided to finally change the horizontal recoil control, making the weapon stable. When the patch notes did come out for this change, we didn't really get a thorough explanation of how much they actually changed the horizontal recoil. So it was something I would have to wait for and just test myself. And I do have to say, this weapon has become basically a complete laser. And I'm not fooling you guys. This is the actual Season 5 update. Keep in mind, this just bots mainly because I was, this has probably been maybe 30 minutes to an hour after I downloaded this update. So yeah, there's not going to be much of a population, but just for further proof, you could see the suppressor is ether crystal. So yes, I am not lying to you guys. Camel coverage was improved, by the way, so that's something worth checking out if you guys are interested. But yes, the Peacekeeper has become quite a bit of a laser now. As you guys remember, I did actually kind of make this request a while back. I think during the Season 3 test server when they updated the iron sights for the Peacekeeper Mythic, saying that basically, yes, it's nice that they updated the iron sight, but at the same time, it's not really enough because we still have that horizontal recoil problem that's been plaguing the gun for quite a while. So while the reticle change for the artifact was a very welcoming change, which I'm sure a lot of people liked, especially all the Peacekeeper mains, I'm sure a lot of them actually did like having a change like this. But again, it didn't matter mainly because we still had that horrible performance issue with the recoil. But I always knew over time that once they removed this, the weapon would become a lot better. I mean, they didn't really have to change the time to kill or anything like that. In fact, the time to kill for the Peacekeeper, I would say of all guns that have been, adjusted over the years, I would say the Peacekeeper is probably one of the more, I guess, one of the weapons that have stayed consistent over time. You could argue that maybe the rapid fire barrel did get that little buff to make it a 3-shot, but again, people aren't really aiming to use the rapid fire barrel. I think a lot of people are mainly just targeting the task force barrel. I'm sure most of you would agree that the Peacekeeper with the task force is basically the go-to option. Yes, the rapid fire is good, but at the same time, the range only goes so far and it'll start falling off a lot faster. So I'm sure most of you guys would rather have this as a mid-range to long-range weapon. As far as it goes for the meta, yes, this is a major improvement for the gun. But is it going to be meta or at least anywhere close? I wouldn't really say so. I mean, obviously the USS-9 still has kind of a foothold on basically every single portion of ranked. But it's important to note that, I mean, this does help it compete against other lower tier weapons such as the AMAX, KN-44, even maybe the LK-24, stuff like that. If anything, it probably makes it above all those mid-tier weapons. With the added stability that this gun provides, plus the movement, plus that agile stock now that you could probably use because you don't have to worry about using any field agent foregrip or just a regular foregrip, yeah, this thing has become a lot more versatile. And throughout this entire season of changes, that's probably a pattern that you guys are going to see a lot with a lot of weapons that have changed this season. Specifically with the Type 25, which I've already recorded, so I will be making a video on that one as well. But basically what I'm trying to say here is that they changed a lot of fundamental portions of guns, making them, not really changing the time to kill, but making them a lot more, I guess, filled with options. Let's use the Peacekeeper, for example. Since the recoil at the time was pretty bad and was kind of hard to control, even if you had some sort of foregrip, having to use the foregrip in the first place would kind of limit you on what you can actually put on your weapon. So instead of having, the task force, well, not the task force barrel, but the field agent foregrip, It would have been nice to have, maybe an agile stock to have a lot more strafing speed, stuff like that. But of course, options like that are eliminated because of the horizontal recoil. But since that is gone, you basically don't have to use any sort of foregrip. The only reason why I use this one is that there is a little bit of horizontal recoil when it comes to the first two shots. Like, it goes a little bit to the left and then it just stays still. So yeah, it's a little bit of a weird pattern, but I just use this to basically eliminate that issue completely. And, I don't really like using the agile stock, or at least I don't really favor it, mainly because it just makes the strafing speed already too fast. And for me, I already use Skulker and Lightweight, so I honestly do not need any more speed with the Peacekeeper. So yeah, I can't stress that enough. I don't want to leave you guys kind of fooled, but the first two shots are a little bit weird with that horizontal recoil. Like, instead of it going to the right or something, it usually goes to a little bit more to the left. I don't know why it does that, but if, like, it's not something that it's going to be like a hard adjustment, but it is something that might throw you off a few times. But yeah, so far I'm loving this whole Peacekeeper buff. I'm actually a lot more more motivated to use it now. I do have quite a bit of a kill record with this thing. But yeah, I'm glad that it's finally fixed. I don't really think that they have to make any further adjustments, at least for now. So far, I think it kind of fits the meta pretty well. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time.